Now, working at a pizza place has held a very big spot in my heart for the longest time now. And honestly, I don't think anybody can really blame me, as this was a very good childhood game, and it has probably been one of my favorite games on the entire Roblox platform as a whole. And the reason why is because it's so nostalgic. Like, I used to play this game all the time back then. When I used to come home from elementary, I would literally just come home, hop on my tablet, and just play work at a pizza place. Or like or very, very, very like not really like early in my life, but like when Roblox came out on the Xbox One and such, that was also when I was playing work at a pizza place and such. So this game as a whole just holds a very nice spot in my heart, and I honestly don't think I could ever not like the game, even though it does get kind of repetitive. Like I would put it on the 6 scale for being repetitive, because like you kind of do the same thing over and over again. Like, there's only like 5 roles that you can do. Each one after like 20 minutes of doing, you'll realize that it's the exact same thing, and it is kind of like boring in a way, I guess. But this game still is very relaxing and very fun to play, even with that, actually. It's still a very fun and very relaxing game, and I myself personally don't even care about the repetitiveness, because this game's meant to be repetitive in a way. That's why there's a whole like house leveling system, a pet system, and like other things like that you can buy for your house. Like it has its own way of being repetitive, but also being progressive. Like, I don't really know the term for it. So this is probably going to be like one of the shortest reviews of a game. But honestly, if I were to give this game a proper and fair review, I would probably put it in A tier, because it is just very nostalgic to me. I enjoyed this game very much when playing, and as a whole, I feel like this game deserves to be up there for how well it's been. But the one thing I hope to God they will add eventually in the future is a VR support. You do not know how much I want VR in so many games, and I really hope in the future, if they ever do add VR support, I will definitely play this game a lot more, and that will most definitely put it in S tier for me. All right, on to the next game. Now, natural disaster survival for me is probably a really like it's okay. So I kind of have mixed feelings about it. I like the game a lot. I like the whole aspect of being on a map and surviving, and like trying to survive with other people and such. If I were to put it on a certain scale, though, I would have to put it on 8 on repetitiveness, because it is very repetitive. Like, at the end of the day, you're gonna be playing the same maps, the same disasters. Like, the only thing that's really different is the people in this game. Which honestly, that kind of takes off 2 points for the repetitiveness. So that's why it's an 8. Because the people that play it as well also will like make it more like interesting and fun. But other than that, this game is very fun to play. Like, at the end of the day, even though it is repetitive, it's still pretty fun to play, because you get to just chill with other people. You get to like see how they survive the disasters and such, and you could like sometimes, if you're actually able to, you could like organize a whole organization on this game to help you like survive and such. So this game as a whole, and I met a lot of my friends on this game. Well, not a lot, but I play this game a lot when I'm like not doing like recording and such, or when I'm like just relaxing by myself. I usually just play this game while listening to music, and it's a very, very relaxing game to just listen to music on. The one thing I dislike about this game the most isn't the game itself, it's just the fact that there's so many hackers in the game, and like it's actually crazy how many you'll see on a day-to-day basis on this game. Like, I run into at least like 3 hackers every like hour, and don't ask what just happened on the screen. I don't know what the hell happened either. But like, other than that, I really don't mind the game at all. Like, other than that, I think this game deserves to be in around B tier, because it's not a bad game. It does get repetitive after a while, and honestly, it does feel like after a while you will get bored of it, which does happen to me at least. And the hacker situation kind of takes it off. If there was no hackers in this game would have been A tier as well. But since there's hackers in this game, I personally really can't give this game as much as a review as I want. Even though it's not the game dev's fault, but I'm not ranking the games based on the games. I'm just ranking them on my own whole opinion on them. So The game's a really good game, so I'll have to put it in A or B tier, not A tier. Sorry. All right, on to the next game. Like, how am I even supposed to explain this? Like, there's nothing for me to explain here. Like, it's okay. My opinion, Pets Go. As I think I remember the name. I don't know. I'm literally trying to do this voiceover like only like 1 hour of awakeness. So, oh my god, I just said that wrong. I hate my life. Okay, so basically, this game, I can't even give a proper review to it. It's like, okay, so the game is not bad itself. The game itself is all right. It's a good game if you want to just like AFK on something while like you're doing something busy or important with your life and such. This game isn't actually like a game that you can play while being here, I guess. I mean, there's things that you have to do that's here, but most of the time this is just like Souls RNG or like any type. This is literally just an RNG game, so I can't even give my own like actual opinion on this. So I'm just gonna put this in NA, not applicable, because I can't really like rank this game. Like, there's nothing for me to rank here. It's just an RNG game. If I were to like, yeah, I literally can't do anything here. Let's just go on to the next game. Please Donate is a game where I actually can't give that much of a bad review for, because it's literally like 60 to 70% of my whole entire channel. So I actually really can't give Please Donate a bad review. However, I'm going to give my own honest review on it. So the game itself is okay. For example, the maps and such are good, you know, because they have really good modelers and such for their gaming, right? The only problem I have with this game is the fact that a lot of people in this game beg, which I know obviously that has nothing to do with the game, like with the game itself. Please Donate, it's not Hazim's fault that, you know, people do that in the game. That's just one of my own personal problems with the game. Other than that, the game is kind of like it's technically a hangout game. You get paid to hang out with people, I guess, if you think about it like that. Like, if you're not a beggar or somebody that like is only wanting Robux, there's a higher chance of you getting like Robux in this game. And you literally just chill with people. You can just interact with people, just have fun, literally just have a good time, and you'd be able to like just make Robux while hanging out with people. That's what I do. I literally just hop on Roblox, or Please Donate to be more exact, and I literally just chill and like listen to music and just talk to people, and people just donate me, which is, you know, one of the good things about the game. So if I'm gonna give my own honest opinion, I have to put Please Donate in A tier, because the beggars kind of take it off of S tier. The game itself, I would probably put in S tier because it's a really nice and really good game. But because this is my own opinions on the games and not the games themselves, I have to put Please Donate in A tier. It's only because of the beggars. All right. Other than that, let's get on with the next game, because I don't really have much else I could say about this game either. Okay, so for Tower Defense Simulator, I honestly can give this game a pretty good review because I personally love this game a lot. Like, there's a lot of towers that you can use in the game. Each have their own pros and cons, and each one has their own leveling system and prices and such that you have to use in game. And the actual like gameplay itself is really fun. Obviously, it's a tower defense game, right? So it's gonna be the same thing. But the way how they do it is really nice and really intriguing. Like, one, for example, there's multiple difficulties that you can choose that you know you can actually use on your own like preference. So you can actually choose like if you want to play the game easier, or if you want to play it normal, or if you want to play a little bit harder, or the hardest difficulty in the game. There's also hardcore mode, which is pretty interesting. All the events that this game had, like the Hunt, the Classic, and the Haunt, I personally have liked. They went really hard with those events. The Hunt event was probably my favorite out of the three, because it was kind of like the first, that was kind of like literally the event that got me into Tower Defense Simulator. There was a bunch of maps in the game too, so there's not really that much repetitiveness, because you can change your loadout at any time you want. You can there's so many maps in the game that you'll never play the same map like twice without like realizing it. And like, legitimately, this game is really fun and really addicting. The waves are also really intriguing too, and it's satisfying to see your work get paid off against the bosses and such per like in each difficulty and such. So I honestly would have to put this game in S tier, because this game legitimately is just one of my favorite games, and I legitimately like play this game a lot. So in my own personal opinion, at least, this game will definitely have to be in like S tier, because I really don't know how else I would put this game in any other category without me realizing that I absolutely hate myself for it. All right, next game. Boy, oh boy, where do I even begin with this game? Like, okay, so one, I definitely don't play this game that often or that much. You know, it's not like I have like almost 1,000 hours in the game in the span of like 2 months. But in my opinion, if I'm gonna give this game a dead set honest review and a dead set honest actual opinion on the game. So the game is really nice. There's a bunch of characters that you can pick, and each one have their own set of abilities and talents, which are upgrades to the characters and such like that. This game has a couple interesting things. Like one, there's like a train area, which my character is literally walking by right now. This was recorded before in the past. And in that train, you basically have to do like an endless amount of like enemies until eventually the timer reaches 0 and you can't kill a certain level, which then the timer, like, you know, and everything resets like that. So the reason why I like this game so much is because one, it's Demon Slayer, and I'm a huge Demon Slayer fan. Obviously, as you can tell, this game is literally a Demon Slayer simulator. I don't know how nobody could notice. And well, it's a simulator, right? I don't play this game really on my own. I play this game like when I'm like kind of like sleeping and such, hence why it says I have like 14 hours on the game. The way how you play this game is very simple. You literally just get a character, walk up to enemies, fight them, boom. That's it. That's all you do. So I can't give this game like a high-end like S tier review or like A tier review. Although I can't say that the game is bad, because to be honest, the game itself is pretty well done. Like the animations are well done. The actual game itself is well detailed and modeled and such. So I can't give this game like a negative review, but at the same time, I can't give this game a positive review because it's just an ordinary simulator. So if I were to rank this game normally, I would rank it in B tier, but because this is my own opinion on the game, I'm gonna rank it in B tier as well. Actually, I'm gonna give it B tier. I can't give it A tier because it's an ordinary average simulator, but I can't give it a D tier because the game itself is really well done and it's really addicting. So I can't really say nothing about that. So yeah, I'll give this game a B tier.